Today we are reviewing Mrs. X's custom paint job on this custom Pyro statue, or as you call him,
Fireman.
So fireman, not like fireman who puts out fires, right?
No, not like a firefighter.
Okay.
But like a
Fireman. And today she's going to answer all the questions you probably have. Hey, Mrs. X, what kind of paints do you use? How'd you do this? How'd you do that? What was the hardest part? And why the fuck did it take you a year to get this done?
It was only a...
Hey, my name is Mr. X. Welcome to the Extreme Channel. We are giving away $1,000 statues to you guys. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey, thank you for tuning in to the Extreme Channel. Mrs. X has joined us. Why do you keep looking under the table?
No, I was looking at this. It's not setting on there right.
Oh.
It's fine. Just leave it right there for now.
Okay. Anyway, if this fireman seems familiar, that's because I did a review of the unpainted kit right here. So some statues, specifically custom statues, which are private unlicensed commissions, they can come unpainted so you can choose how he's going to look. Now, the fireman, aka Pyro, is from the Marvel storyline. He is most well known for being part of the Brotherhood of the Mutants against the Xmen. So I plan to put him, you can't really see it, but behind Mrs. X. You want to move your chair a little bit? Other way. Other way. Other way. Other way. Down there. I'm going to go with Mystique and Blob, and I have this Toad actually in transit as well, which, depending on when you're watching this, that may have launched before this. But Mrs. X, in my opinion, spoiler alert, I think this is your best paint job ever.
Ooh.
Yeah, of all the statues you've done.
You just like the skin.
Yeah, well, and that's the hardest part. I think the skin and the eyes and the teeth and the mouth, I think you did top notch. Like,
Thanks.
Absolutely amazing.
Thanks.
So, we're going to talk about a few things today, but first, let me remind you that this has a lot of different display options you saw in the original video, but let me kind of show you what those are. So first of all, there's two portraits, and one of them she painted yellow, and this is actually my favorite portrait because his mouth is open, he looks really maniacal, but then there's a red one as well. I actually like the red better, but the reason we painted the red, why is that?
Because that's how they go in the vest or whatever you call that.
The torso.
No, this part.
Yeah, so
the red part that comes off.
We're going to come back to that in a minute. Let me tell you about the different display options. So another thing you can see, he actually has little eyeglasses. I don't know what you would call these.
Covers. Like
eye shields?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are two different eye shields, and we painted one red, one yellow. Or did they come like that?
No, I painted them.
And you can interchange them in between this. You can't?
So the yellow ones only fit in the red mask. Like they're...
Okay, yellow only fits in red, but here's what they look like with those on. You saw them without it before. And I think it looks good either way, personally. But we'll talk more about that in a second. Then obviously the fire coming out. You have two options. One is an arch right here. Now I'm not going to display this because it makes him too tall to fit in that display case.
Too tall?
Too tall. And then the other one is where the flames are just coming out. And I think this looks a little more badass in my opinion. Anyway. Now the other display option, which is why you had to paint one a certain color, is his collar or armor or whatever you want to call it. We'll call it the collar.
Sure.
So here's the collar that only goes with this portrait right here. And we're going to talk about why in a second. And then you have another collar that can go on the body. And we have it on the display stand right now. That goes with this portrait. Now the key to this, correct me if I'm wrong. One of the portraits with this collar up here, doesn't cover up where the portrait goes into the body. Here's a picture of what I'm talking about right here. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So there would be this distinct yellow to red.
Well, this collar fits in that keyhole.
Yes, but it kind of covers that up, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that head wouldn't fit in that keyhole by itself. So that's why they have to be.
Oh, okay. I get it now. It took me a minute. I'm slow sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, not in bed.
Not very often.
So with that, tell us about what you did. So first of all, you did a lot of... Let me back up.
Please.
One of the pains about her painting is before I had her painting, I had other painters do it, Carlos, and there's some amazing painters out there. You watch Matt's Custom Models a lot.
Yep.
Jason from S7 Customs, I consider a close friend. He's done a ton of my pieces. I like to wait until it's done and then kind of be surprised. But you want approval on
I do.
almost everything.
Yeah, because when when he walks by it, he's picky.
That is
He's
true.
like, I don't like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm not done with it, but...
But so she constantly asks me for updates. So we kind of decided together which direction we go. And then Matt's Custom Models, I'll actually throw a link of his video, one of his videos right up there. He was painting a Pyro too.
Yeah.
So you took a lot of direction from him.
Yeah, he did it live. So I was kind of watching him, and that's where I got the face skin tones and stuff like that.
Okay. And even some of the color choices we liked.
Yeah, that's how he had it painted up too.
And we pulled from the comics as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So on the base, decided just a metal grate base. This is more of a museum base, which I don't like anyway. But what'd you do for that?
So I painted it all black, and then I went...
You did?
Yeah, I did black on the whole thing.
You do that to me all the time.
I know. And then I did gray, and then I came through with like a highlight of black just to give it some little extra, just so it's not just all plain gray.
And with these, use a primer or something, right?
I did put a primer down on all of it first.
Okay.
I did gray on all of it besides the yellow, and then I did a white primer on the yellow part.
And as we talk about, use a roller.
Yes.
You use an air gun, correct?
No, I use this like a 4-inch wide brush to just. Yep. Hope it looks good.
Right. Okay.
It's an airbrush.
Okay. So, what about the body? So, first of all, if you remember from the kit, it's a bunch of different pieces. The base is one piece. The feet are a different piece. His arms and gauntlets or wrists are a different piece. The fire is, the hoses, the collars, obviously. The face plates actually came out, right?
So the mouth.
The mouth part came out to make it easier to paint. Which most kits are in a lot more pieces than a traditional statue. So it's easy to paint. Easier. Yeah, it's not easy to paint.
Yeah.
So with the body, what'd you do?
So I painted it white first, and then did yellow, and then came in with some highlights of like the definition of on the legs and the muscles, whatever. And then I just put some more yellow over the top to blend it in.
So he has a jumpsuit here. Here's some close-up pictures. So like this is another piece of clothing on top of his pants. It looks like it's a little bit different color yellow.
It is a little bit different color because I thought it just to give it a little more, so it looks like it's a suit and not just like
so monotony.
A unitard.
Why'd you laugh at unitard?
Because that's a one word to say. I don't say it very
It is
often,
a funny
right?
word. Unitard. That is funny to say. Is there a reason you chose yellow for that and didn't go with a different color?
So I seen one other person did like a orange color. Mm-hmm. I thought we chose yellow.
Yeah, and the comic strips we pulled from, he was yellow and yellow, so that's why we did that. Okay. And then, you know what's interesting, what I really like is the metallic parts, so the collar specifically, and then even on the back, I don't want to call it the jet pack, but the fire pack.
Kind of is, yeah.
It almost looks like there's a shine to it to show the metal, but it's not, and I think that's done really well. It's not too shiny, but it looks, you can tell it's supposed to be metal. How'd you do that?
Paint.
Oh,
yeah.
Duh. So, how'd you transform this from a kit to a painted statue? I painted it.
I put some paint on it.
Video over. Just the color selection of paint then?
Yeah.
You didn't do anything on top of it?
No, it's just the paint color, yeah.
So talk about the fire. What'd you do for the fire?
Yeah, so the fire, which...
Was a translucent resin.
It was.
And it was orange, right?
It was like a yellow.
A yellow. Okay.
Yeah. And people were commenting that like it was like there was pieces flaking off, so I had to get all that off first, the flakes. And then I just put down like a translucent red color.
So they sell translucent colors?
Yeah, for your airbrush, yeah.
Okay. And then I assume that's how you did the little
yes.
eye covers, right?
Yes.
Like here's a close-up picture of those.
And then for like the flames and the eye covers, I put like a clear coat on it so it won't scratch off.
Talk to them.
Yeah, and it's a little bit shinier because flames are usually shiny.
They are. They look good. Talk about the hair. So one of the unique things about the sculpt of this Pyro is the hair didn't have a lot of definition in it because it's supposed to look like a flame. So, which actually makes it a little easier to paint than, hair with a lot of strands, some other ones. But did you put any highlights in that? It looks like you did.
Yeah, so I chose a blondish color that I thought looked okay, and then I went back with a lighter color and just kind of like highlighted just like
The tips.
random spots and like throughout, and then the tips of it.
Okay. So one of the parts that worried you most, because you've done it a few other times and it was the hardest part, was the mouth, the open mouth, and specifically the eyes, because it's so small.
It is so small.
A lot of non-custom statues, so licensed, where they make hundreds and hundreds of them, they use decals for eyes.
I think some even painters might.
Yes, depending on the statue. Yeah. So walk us through first figuring out the skin tone, because that's hard as well.
Yeah.
And then walk us through, how you did. I mean, did you use a magnifying? I mean, just tell us about the face.
Oh yeah, so I watched quite a few videos of like face and how to do the face correctly. A lot of people use like a special like kit like of just face colors. So I got one of those
for white people.
I think it's for fairies. It's like fairy Vallejo fairy face.
I just wondered, do they have like Asian and white and black? That would be pretty racist, but
that would be kind of. But no, it was just like there was just like a couple of darker like white skin colors, and then there were some reddish colors and greenish colors, and yeah, there's a lot of variety.
You would think his face would be a little bit more red because he'd get burned a little bit,
no.
a little singed.
No.
I know. I don't want it that way.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just making conversation.
I'm just saying, yeah, he's got a nice tan and. Yeah.
Okay. So, and then you mix that. How many layers did it take to get it right?
Quite a few. I put down the
like ballpark, like quite a few. Is that 3?
No.
Or 50?
It was probably like I don't know, 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
So quite a few. That's a lot. Yeah.
Between just like the first coat and then like you go through with like really liquid red colors and you kind of pat it on just to give some highlights, and then you go through with like a lighter color to give like highlights here instead of this,
Okay. So talk to me about I would assume the open mouth and the eyes are very similar because it's such a small area that needs exquisite detail. You like that word, exquisite?
Yeah, that's pretty fancy.
Extreme detail.
Exactly.
There's a YouTube channel that's exquisite statues.
Oh.
That's really good.
Gotcha.
He's better than mine. His collection's better than mine. Way better.
Oh, way. Huh?
Yeah, he has like a museum.
Oh, nice. Yeah. This is in a museum?
No, this is a basement.
Oh, cool. So anyhow, the paint colors that I bought had like red colors in it. So I kind of went in there and just sprayed it red.
For the mouth?
For the mouth,
inside
the mouth.
Inside the tongue and
yeah. And then I kind of went through and tried to highlight what I could. I mean, small space, so. And then went through with some white for the teeth and.
So did you paint it on, like you used a tiny tip paintbrush,
yes.
Right? And you painted on individually each tooth?
Yes.
Each tooth?
No, tooths.
The tooths? Yeah. Each of the tooths you painted on?
And then the eyes, same thing.
Hang on. Did you use gloss on the tongue? Because it looks almost wet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gave it like, I think it's called like a varnish or glossy varnish
so So to the eyes, the pupils right here, as you guys can see, that's crazy the detail. Do you just what do you do? Just dot it? No, not even close. No. Do you use a magnifying glass?
I don't have one, so I was thinking about getting one, but I didn't.
Oh yeah, but we can't afford it.
I can't.
No.
Some people have those fancy visors that come down so they can see.
Oh yeah, like the paint model kits.
Yeah, because those things are itty bitty, you know. But yeah, so his eyes were blue, so I
painted them blue.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
Try to make an eye.
It's easy. You guys can do this yourself. Why a lot of people have been requesting that you make videos of the whole process while you're doing it. Why don't you do that? I know the answer. It's a good reason. There's a few good reasons.
Well, actually, I did take video of when I did Galactus and Surfer. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Super.
Yep.
And I have them. I did kind of put them together. And then I also took video of this one. I haven't put them together, but it's actually pretty boring.
Yeah, so I think there's a few reasons. Number one, it's boring. Number two is a lot of times while she's doing this, we have 3 children, and she helps, with a lot of the collectible stuff, and pretty much does everything for me. So she's distracted. So you might see her working on it for 3 minutes, and then she'd be gone for 20 or an hour.
Well, I always stop it and then restart.
Yeah, but still, it's quite annoying.
Yeah.
And 3, then at the end of it, you have 100 hours of footage that you guys wouldn't want to. I mean, we could just post, but I'd have to go through and edit it. And if it's 100 hours of footage, I'd have to watch it all. So it would take quite a bit to edit. So those are the reasons we really don't do it. I mean, I guess
I do have some like video that I could put it up. I mean, I usually do like the time lapse, so it's not like
forever. Yeah. So let me ask you guys this. Her next project, correct me if I'm wrong, is this medieval Wolverine right here that you guys see. So do you guys want to see some live sessions on the Extreme channel?
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Because I paint in the garage.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to see that, throw that down in the comments below, because not only will that give us a good gauge whether we should do it or not.
Yeah, that's scary. People watching me.
Well, it'd just be your hands.
I know, but like, I don't talk when I do it. I just like hum to myself.
You sing to yourself? Throw that down in the comments below, because you could also win a statue. As we try to grow this channel, we like to reward you guys for watching and subscribing. So because of that, every 5,000 milestone when it comes to subscribers, we give away a couple $1,000s worth of statues. We've actually given away over 20 statues. To win one was easy. First, you gotta be subscribed to the channel. You'll get bell notifications when videos drop. Each video that drops, you wanna make a comment on those videos. We pick a random video, we give away statues based on a comment. You can say whatever you want. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. All right, thanks so much, Mrs. X. If you wanna see where this looks in the collection, make sure to check out the Extreme channel social media. Or if you want to see that Toad statue, go check out that video or subscribe, because maybe it hasn't launched. I'm so confused because I don't know when all these videos are launching.
Yeah, me either.
I don't know much.
I know, me either.